few weeks ago, we posted a video that said government officials will not let us build our dream home. So we got you on a wide shot. We'll come in closer. But this is the layout of our land. This is our front 5 acres. We have 19 acres. We thought we had 20, and that was key to the issue. But you can see my parents' house right here. You can see our mega shed. You can see our barn. And then beyond the red barn up on the hill is where we wanted to build our house. And the reason we're giving you this layout is because there was a lot of questions and comments about the layout and why didn't we do this and why didn't we do that. And we just want to provide you guys some answers and also give you an update.
Like Brad said, we got a lot of comments and suggestions, which was wonderful and we appreciate it. One of the most popular ones we got was, is there a way to connect the parents' house with your house? And as you can see from where their house is and our house is going to be on the other side of the red barn, no, there's not a way to connect the two. Otherwise, it would have been an option.
Another popular comment was, why don't you take the existing house and make it bigger so that all of you can live in it? And I'll let Deb address that.
Well, there's a couple issues with that for us. First off, you see where it is, right? It's nestled in these trees. It's snuck back behind here. And the other thing is, we love our family and we want to be close to them and we want them close to us, but we do respect each other's privacy.
So we'll give you a view from the back of the house that might also show you how difficult it would be to make this house bigger and also take advantage of this beautiful property that we found and that we've developed. To start from the very beginning, all of our property looked like this right here. That is exactly what it all looked like. You see these pines are planted in a row, and in between all those rows was all this thick brush. We actually cleared all this out by hand. And what we did was we cleared out a little extra space here from the pasture for this house when we knew that my parents were needing some help as they got older in age. So as we walk behind this house, you can see how difficult it would be to add on to this house. And like I said, take advantage of the property, but just the way that the house is built and the slope that it's on, it would just make it difficult. It's going to be tough to see through the trees, but this house is at least 6 to 8 feet lower than the pad that we did the video on before of where we want our house. And if you look between the house and the mega shed, there's no room to go that way. The septic tank is that way, and that shed is 4 feet taller than the house. All our land slopes to the east. So you can't build on the house that way. You can't build on the house this way. If you look at the roof line, that's a pretty low roof line. We went with a very efficient house for them. And you can't build this way without really incurring the cost of a new house. And then we'll show you the end of the house and how it drops off over there.
So as you can see, it drops off here. Is the space here? Yes, but the design-wise, it just wouldn't have looked right. We'd have had to add an additional at least 1,000 square feet. We purposely positioned their house where they would have a good view, and they've got a beautiful view of the pasture, but it's not a prime location for the main house, and we knew that when we designed it. So it's a great house. We're happy to have it for them, but there's just no feasible way to add on to it for us.
So I think that covers why can't you take the existing house and make it big enough for 2 families. It's not really feasible. It wouldn't work, and it probably would cost darn near as much as what it would cost to build the new house or our dream house, so to speak. That's the house, 1,600 square feet. Septic is there, mega shed is there, and you keep going uphill to where we propose our house to be, and the well is up the hill. And this is the future site of the pole barn, and we're happy to report that we do have, you can call it a permit, but anyhow, we have permission to build this pole barn, and that build will be coming up real soon. They should be starting it next week or so. And we want to thank everyone for all the suggestions and all the comments. I would say 99% of the comments were positive. There was a lot of, wishing the best for your family. And this was not clickbait at all. There were some people that said that there was, too much drama. It's not drama. This is our life. We share it on social media, and that's what was going on with us a couple of weeks ago. And we were shook, like for real. We were literally looking at Zillow for, well, how can we recreate our dream property? And we went into that in the last video. That just really wasn't an option because of the way that the prices of land and houses have skyrocketed.
And our age.
In our age,
older.
yeah, we're 6 years older, and our bodies can't take what it took to get the property to this point. But another popular suggestion was, why don't you annex some land from the neighbors around you? You know, can you make friends with your neighbor and convince them to sell you an acre, and then you would have the 20-acre requirement for 2 houses. There's a lot of complications with that, and number one is you can't subdivide less than 10 acres in an agricultural zone district, so they can't really give us an acre. And then the second part would be, if they could sell us an acre, then that would be a separate acre on a separate deed. There may be a way to join them together, but that was a great suggestion, and for all the reasons we already mentioned, it's not really feasible. But also there's a land grab in Florida, and people are not selling land, and if they are selling it, they're selling it for a mint right now. Another popular comment was, why don't you guys try for a variance? Behind us is the view that we want to see out of our dream home that they were denying us. But let's talk about variance. Why wasn't variance really an option for us?
Well, variance wasn't even an option that they even gave us as one of our options to go forward with.
Like Deb said, it wasn't even offered to us, but that would require us, one, to get read up on it, probably have to get a lawyer, would probably take a public hearing, extra time, and it wouldn't be free. And we decided that the options that we had in front of us were probably better. And the one that we were gravitating towards in the last video was just making our house bigger than we wanted it to be. Didn't make a lot of sense because you want to be energy efficient. You don't want to have more house than you really need. But if it allows you to continue your dream, then over a lifetime, maybe it really isn't that expensive. There was at least 2 comments where people said, you are hypocrites because you want to do what you want to do with your land, but you said, and we did in the video, we did say this, that we wouldn't support rezoning for our neighbor. And we just wanted to make a clarification on that. There are a lot of people that move to the country and then they want to change the country and make it the city. That's not why we want to move to the country. And we want to respect our neighbors. And if they move to the country and they built in an agricultural district, we don't think it would be fair for us to change the zoning. And we don't know if that would increase the value of their land or devalue their land, but we want to fit in. We don't want to be the ones that are out there trying to do something different. We don't want to be, and we're not city folks, but we don't want to be the city folks that come out and change the way other people live. So we're not hypocrites. We're just trying to be part of the community and live within the rules that are already established. So what did we decide to do? Well, here's what we got. This was the original plan. I am standing on how the driveway would loop in here. And right about in this area, there was going to be a 24 by 24 metal building that we were going to call a garage. And that was kind of the source of contention with the county, was that this was not attached to the house. Therefore, the square footage of this detached garage wouldn't count towards the square footage of the house. So the garage was going to be right here. And then as I walked back towards Deb, there was going to be a walkway, a concreted walkway to the back door of the house where Deb is standing. So right about here would be the entrance, the back entrance to the house. You'd have a covered walkway to the back of the garage, which would be about here. And then we'd have the garage right there. We'll bring you in closer and show you what we're going to do now instead.
So to meet the 3,200 square foot rule, we are now going to bring the garage and attach it to the house. And in addition, we're going to extend a back patio.
Our house was originally 2,104 square feet, but that was heated and cooled. We had a front porch, we had a rear porch, so it was a little bit more than that. So we had a 24 by 24 garage and a 14 by 12 patio, and we are at 3,200 square feet plus. And we are happy to announce that we got that approval last week, and we are now cleared to start our house. The only thing that we're waiting for is we are working with our drafter to add that garage and that patio, and as soon as he has those plans complete, then we can take them to our builder, and our builder can start pulling permits. And like we mentioned as we were walking earlier, as part of that plan, they also approved the pole barn. So right now, Piney Grove is approved for the original plan in the first video. It is going to cost us more. The original detached garage was going to be about $12,000 or so. It was just going to be a metal building, so it's going to be relatively inexpensive. And the enclosed garage is probably going to be around $45,000. So we're looking at an extra $30,000 to meet the county's rules, when at the end of the day, nothing really changes. I mean, 2 houses were going to go on the property, so what difference did it make that it's now 3,200 square feet with an attached garage versus a detached garage that would have been cheaper for us?
To think about that, right? So we didn't change anything. We've still got 2,100 square feet of heated and cooled and a 2-car garage. The only difference is now that garage is attached to the house. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. We're going to do it. We're going to follow the rules, but nothing's changed.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, from a common sense perspective, nothing has changed. The land hasn't changed. Nothing really in the value has changed. I don't think they're going to be able to charge us more taxes, but because of the way the laws are written and we're trying to play within the lines, that's what we have to do. And that's the solution. And we know a lot of people out there were wondering, you know, where are we at with this? That's where we're at. We will be breaking ground soon. And hopefully you guys come along with our journey. We're going to record as much as we can and document this process. We've never built a custom home before, so we're going to be making a lot of decisions. We're going to be asking you guys for help. I can tell you right now, between Deb and I, we don't agree on a lot of things. And the layout of the house was I won't even, yeah, it was a challenge. I was going to say a fight, but it wasn't really a fight. It was a challenge, but we got to something that we both could agree on. And now the fun begins as we pick out different things, textures and colors and stuff for the house. So it should be a fun journey. Over to you, Deb.
Oh, we just hope you follow along with us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your comments and your suggestions, and we do value that, and we do read every one of them. So thank you, and join us for the next phase.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.